We're now today this is the fifth week of Lent. We're getting closer to the end, and hopefully you have been working on various topics. And forgiveness seems to be one of the ones that they're stressing here for the fifth week. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attitude of the strong. And that was said by Mahatma Gandhi. He stressed that it's a strong person that can forgive. During this particular week, we ask you to take a good look at some of the ideas that came through the gospel readings, such as the fifth Sunday. Choose a personal fault or a shortcoming and make a firm resolution to work each day until this imperfection is resolved. Now, the fifth station we're concentrating a little bit on is Simon is asked to help Jesus carry his cross. He happened to be on the street, and he was probably going to visit his two sons when they asked him to pick up the cross and assist Jesus to carry it. And he did it very willingly, and I think that we can use that as an example of how much do we help others when we are asked to do something. It's very important that we can turn to other people and assist them. Take time to read and reflect on the Beatitudes in the fifth chapter of the Gospel of St. Matthew. That would be a good one to take a look at. The reading for the Sunday, will read Jesus and forgiveness. Jesus talked frequently about forgiveness. Although he spoke in Aramaic, the Gospels were written in Greek. There are two Greek words the Gospel writers could have used to convey the forgiveness God talked about. The first has the nuance of graciously conferring a gift upon another. Matthew used these words in the parable of the king who canceled the large debt owed to him by a servant, who when they turned around and treated harshly a servant who owed him far less. The other Greek word has the nuance of letting go or abandoning. Matthew used the word when describing how the first disciples abandoned their nets to follow the Lord. It's striking that when Jesus speaks over and over of forgiveness, the gospel writers used the second Greek word, which means letting go. This tells me a great deal about how they understood what Jesus taught about forgiveness. Jesus didn't teach forgiveness simply as one of many good works or as something that's recommended for my psychological good health. It is front and center a commandment of the Lord, an unconditional requirement for those who would follow him through death to life. So we want to remember this week that we are trying to think more about forgiving and about letting go. We think of Simon helping the Lord carry his cross, and we think that he was just on his way to probably visiting, and how he just helped Jesus. And also sometimes we should meditate on this particular station, that when we are asked by someone to do something, sometimes we're on our way to do something else, but we can do whatever is required of us right here and now, as it is a cause of a great respect for other people. So when we are asked to do a favor, maybe suddenly, unexpectedly, as Simon did, he did it willingly. And so we should do this willingly during this particular week, especially as it's getting closer to the end of Lent. We will then see that next week we will be into Palm Sunday, and we will continue our words then for next week. God bless you, and hopefully you will continue your mission. Thank you.